All right, so I'll introduce to you the concept of Web3 and Metaverse, which are two very in trend buzzwords today. And a lot of company, big corporations are investing tons of money into Web3 and Metaverse. So it's good that you come and learn about Metaverse and Web3. Maybe you heard of it, but many of them maybe just a little bit of concept about Metaverse, but don't know what is it. So I'm trying to my best to explain these two concepts within 1.5 hours. But if you want to learn more, then you can participate in the course later. Right, let me share my screen first. Okay, I will start with Web3. Okay, before we start, I just want to introduce a bit of myself. So currently, I'm the corporate technical advisor at Datasonic Broad. And my main job is to explore Metaverse in education. We aim to implement Metaverse in all the schools in Malaysia, plus higher institution. And also I'm a director at JS Jahaya Sendirian Berhad. My main task for this company is to implement national blockchain at Cambodia. Yeah, the government of Cambodia has engaged us to do some consultancy service there. I'm also the facilitator at National Blockchain Roadmap to guide the nation, the direction of blockchain in Malaysia. And we came out with a white paper last year, engaging all the government agency and also businesses. I'm also the advisory board member of a journal of Metaverse in Turkey. This is the first journal of Metaverse in the world. Yeah, and we welcome scholarly quality articles. And also, I'm also a adjunct professor at MSU, focusing on Web3 and Metaverse education. Also, I'm a council member at Authority Metaverse to provide Metaverse as a service, and also a technical advisor at Land.org and Reflect Property, engaging in NFT for land title and property. Okay, let's see what is Web3 market potential. If we look at, according to the big research institution like, for example, Accenture, so they predicted the global Web3 market size is USD 81.5 billion in 2030. Okay, and CAGR about 43.7% during the forecast period. So big corporations like Google, Facebook, Apple, and many other companies like Amazon, and also I think Amazon has implemented Web3 in the the web server and also the platform, e-commerce platform. So in fact, I guess this is bigger than even 81.5 billion, could be trillion. So everyone should learn Metaverse, especially business owners. I guess Malaysia a bit slow behind time. You're always like 5 years behind time. So it's time to catch up with the big cycle in the West. Okay, these are some of the jobs you created by Web3. This is only some of it. So for example, we take a brief look at the Web3 jobs. For example, Web3 developers, okay, and those who can specialize in building decentralized application. So in Malaysia, we are very much lack of this talent, especially in Web3. So developer, blockchain engineer, DeFi analyst. DeFi means decentralized finance. So this is a big kind of new model of finance in the world now. They are going to challenge the banks and all that. Banks are collapsing now, but DeFi are catching up. Okay, this is very important for people who want to study finance, and everybody will be involved in DeFi, because DeFi provide a lot of investment opportunities. And then NFT is a new trend also. So we welcome people who are good, who can design NFT and all that. So we need NFT specialists, and also lacking in Malaysia. Web3 product manager, Web3 UX, UI. UX, UI are those web developer. Even you are in Web2, you can proceed to Web3, there's no problem. And then we need a lot of Web3 marketing manager, smart contract auditor, and all that, data scientists. So there are more. So this is only part of the jobs. Okay, if we look at the Web3 salary, I know in Malaysia now our salaries are quite low. Many of you, like, because of the economic issues, downturn, and also the COVID. So I think the salary still remains static. But you look at blockchain, they pay a lot. Blockchain, for example, blockchain developer is 120,000 to 200,000 per year. This is USD. In fact, many companies are paying quite well for a blockchain developer. And then smart contract developers, Web3 front end developer, and blockchain engineer, DeFi developer. So all these are paying well. Even in Malaysia, we are paying well, right? So there are many job opportunities in Web3, but unfortunately, many Malaysians are still involved in the Web2 IT jobs, okay? Also in marketing. In fact, now quite a few companies are doing quite well in Malaysia. For example, there's a company called iCandy. They are very good in Web3 gaming, very big, and they acquire Lemon Sky, one of the big AAA games developer in Malaysia. So there are still many opportunities in Malaysia. So briefly about Web3. Web3 proceed from 1.0, 2.0 to Web3. So 1.0 is a very beginning of Web3. The World Wide Web started with, like, for example, Yahoo, MSN, and Google was a little part of it. Netscape and all that. But during Web 1.0, you cannot interact with the web. You cannot write social media. There's no social media. So only developer can create a web. So we call it a static web. Right? For Web 2, but I mean, you can write. There's no read. You can read but not write. But Web 2.0, with the invention of social media by Facebook and also YouTube, Google, AWS, Uber, YouTube. So now user not only read, but you can create your content. For example, in Facebook, you can create your Facebook page. For example, Instagram, you can create your video content on YouTube, Instagram, and all that. So now it's called Web 2.0. It means interactive web. You can not only own, but you can write. Okay, but the only thing is your data is owned by the big corporation like Google, Amazon, Facebook. We call FAANG, and mean Netflix and all that. So they are monetizing your data. So people who advocate for decentralized web, so they go for Web3. Web3 means you not only read, but you can write. You can also own your data. So data won't be owned by the big corporation anymore, and you can monetize your own data. So this is Web3. So in my, if you come to my actual course, I would tell you the differences between Web 1, 2.0 and Web3. So this is, you must know how to differentiate the three web. So basically, Web3 is decentralized, permissionless, and secure. Decentralized means nobody control your data. Everything is decentralized. There's no center authority to control the network. Now, for example, your current bank account is controlled by the bank. So what if the bank server fail? There's a danger of single point of failure. That means all your money will be lost and all that. They even they can manipulate your money. So nowadays, a lot of people lost money due to scam and whatnot. So many, and every day I can see those news because your money is controlled by the bank. Actually, your money are just numbers. So they can manipulate your numbers and all that, right? So it's quite, we have lost control over your money. If you want to keep your money, you keep your money in the pillow, then it's more secure than in the bank, actually. Then, but for Web3, you control your own money in your crypto wallet or digital wallet. No problem. Only thing that you have to learn how to keep your private key in a secure manner. Then permissionless means everyone can join. It's a public network. But bank, not everybody can open bank account. If you are like B40 or below that, maybe you are not entitled to open account. So you become the unbanked people. But blockchain allow anybody to transact financial transaction, even a small amount using blockchain. That's why a lot of African, many of them are unbanked or underserved. So they use blockchain for financial transaction, Web3 transaction. Secure. Blockchain is more secure than any other network because you are using cryptographic encryption. So these are three main things about Web3. Blockchain is actually the core technology of Web3. Web3 sits upon okay. It's under the underlying technology of Web3 is blockchain. Blockchain, what's the definition of blockchain? What's a blockchain? Blockchain is a distributed digital ledger that records transactions and other data across numerous devices in a peer-to-peer decentralized network. So you can see that blockchain doesn't depend on one single server. There are many servers. So your server can be the device can be a mobile phone, can be a laptop, can be a mainframe computer. So this the function of the network devices are to record the ledger, whatever transaction in the ledger. So this is a huge ledger in the blockchain network. It's something, it's no different from your Excel sheet, but this is one we call it world global network of ledger that record all the transactions there. So this is blockchain. These are some of the characteristics of blockchain. Blockchain is transparent. That means you can look at the data. Anybody can look at the data, explore the data in the internet, look at all the transactions. Every single transaction you can view, and it is secure. Okay, because this blockchain is using cryptographic hashing and all that, and decentralized, auditable, because all the data are recorded, so it can be audited. And immutable means the data cannot be changed. It's there forever. It cannot be manipulated. So this is good for something like certification. Nowadays, you can see a lot of fake certificate, fake title, fake data. But once you use blockchain, you can prove that this is something is a fraud or something something is false. So, but once you commit the data on the blockchain, it become immutable. You cannot change. You cannot even change it. So, for example, university issue the certificate and using blockchain, you cannot change it. There are two types of blockchain in general. We call it permission and permissionless. Permission means as a public blockchain, and permissionless mean permission means private blockchain. Permissionless means public blockchain. And also there's a hybrid. We call it enterprise blockchain. It can be private. It can be public. Enterprise blockchain allow public to join, but you must sign up as a member. You must subscribe. All right. They also call level 1 and level 2 blockchain. This one is difficult to explain in this what called the preview. But in my main course, I'll explain in detail what are the level 1 blockchains, what are level 2, and what are the differences. And something a very important protocol called zero knowledge proof. That means to prove something without knowing the real content of document or data. Right, this is called zero knowledge proof. Blockchain actually started with cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin. So the role of blockchain in cryptocurrency is very, very important. Without blockchain, there's no cryptocurrencies. But blockchain started with cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now I mentioned a bit history, a little bit of history of Bitcoin. This is very important because Bitcoin started the technology of blockchain. If you want to talk about Bitcoin, you must know who is Satoshi Nakamoto. He's the inventor of blockchain, but nobody knows the real identity of Satoshi Nakamoto. Even though he used a Japanese name, but maybe he's not a Japanese, maybe he's a hacker, maybe he's an FBI agent. So until now, nobody knows who is Satoshi Nakamoto, right? So this is a mystery of the 21st century. Nobody knows who is he. In Bitcoin, you know, a lot of people are doing something called mining, mining Bitcoin, and make a lot of money. I know a lot of youngsters in the 20s or 30s, they're making tons of money, and all the money are hiding in the blockchain. They are billionaires, millionaires, even in Malaysia. I know quite a few of them. In mining, actually, people like thought this is like real mining. Actually, it's something. It's a computer program that run to prove the transaction are genuine, and this is used to verify transaction. So for the reward, they get the Bitcoin or any other coin. So inside mining, they're using something called consensus protocol. They use cryptography and digital signature. This is very important to verify the transaction is genuine or not. Is it from the owner to the sender to the receiver? So mining is to manage all these things, and also proof of work. So once mining prove that the transaction genuine, so they'll create a block. So this block will add to the blockchain. So the blocks will be ever adding to the blockchain. Until now, I think there are more than 20,000 blocks in the blockchain. You can see it in the Block Explorer. You can know how many blocks are there. So in fact, every 10 minutes, Bitcoin create a block. So every 10 minutes, somebody will get a Bitcoin reward. Now I think it's 6 point something, 6.25 Bitcoin. Because every few years, there's a halving for Bitcoin reward. So next year I think it's the next halving year. So one that's halving, they say the Bitcoin price will increase. The Bitcoin is the number one cryptocurrency in the world. Ethereum, that is the second biggest. So in fact, Ethereum is the foundation of Web3. Without Ethereum, there's no Web3. So this guy is the inventor of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin. I'm sure you have heard of him. He is a young Russian Canadian born in 1994. So he's only 29 years old, but already he's the richest man, I think, in Web3, in blockchain, in Ethereum. He hold all kind of coins. I heard his IQ is 250. It's amazing. So he's one of the only few guys who can create blockchain and cryptocurrency in the world. So Ethereum is different from Bitcoin in the sense that Ethereum is a programmable blockchain for developing decentralized application, or we call the apps. So we add a D there. Now we have many apps, but this is decentralized application, D apps. So Ethereum is programmable. The main feature is Ethereum has a smart contract feature. A smart contract is a computer code that can facilitate exchange of digital asset among anonymous parties without intermediaries. So we can say smart contract is an automatic contract. It's a computer code. So that when there's exchange of asset, this one is facilitated by the smart contract. So in fact, now you don't need a lawyer, in fact, for any transaction between two parties. So we don't need a middleman. Smart contract. This is a very good invention for Web3. Yeah, smart contract is very important to create a Web3 business application. So if you attend my course, I'll maybe show you how to write a smart contract and then how to create the app, decentralized apps. But it's impossible to do it, to show it here now, because it involves a little bit of for that computer language basic. You need to have some computer language basic like C++ or JavaScript, right? But it's not super difficult. If you know some basic knowledge, it's good enough to learn smart contract and how to create the app. Yeah, one very interesting invention of Web3 is DeFi, decentralized finance, because it creates a lot of financial products which enable even unbanked people to invest in financial products. So DeFi, from the name you know, is decentralized finance. It means operating financial application on the decentralized platform, such as blockchain. So by now, there are many kinds of DeFi products. So even myself have been using some of the products. For example, okay, these are some of the products. They have decentralized exchanges. You can exchange, you can trade your cryptocurrency on this exchange without managing by centralized exchanges like Binance. You don't have to go to Binance. In Malaysia, it's Luno. In Malaysia, in fact, we have four regulated exchanges: Luno, Tokenized, MS Global, and also Synergy. The biggest is Luno. So these are centralized exchanges, but there are many decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, MakerDAO, and all that. So that one you can do it on your own without going through anybody. You also have loan and saving markets. You can borrow loan. You can also like save your money, deposit your money as your cryptocurrency to earn some interest like FD. And then you have tokenized asset, physical asset. You can tokenize real estate and sell them to investors. These are assets backed by real asset. Okay, so it's called asset-backed tokens. And then you have forecasting, betting, payment, insurance, asset management. In fact, you have something called NFT. NFTs are assets in the blockchain. So whatever you have in the world, we have it in the real world. I mean, in the traditional finance, we have it in DeFi, even more. So more and more developers are creating more stable, more interesting DeFi products, like especially now NFT and Metaverse. So there are many new inventions. It's very interesting now. In DeFi, of course, you cannot say there's no risk. There are risks, so you need to have risk management. Okay, how not to lose money. Yeah? In fact, there were many cases of hacking in the web, inside Web3, inside blockchain, inside DeFi. So many cases like we can lose millions instantly, instantly. So I myself was not careful. At one time, I lost 100,000 in a few seconds. That was ringgit lah. Luckily, ringgit not USD. Just imagine it's quite dangerous. So you need to know how to manage the risk. Okay. And because there are so many products in the DeFi, so you need to also manage your portfolio. Just like share market, you have share, you have real estate, so you need to manage all the portfolio. So DeFi, there are many platforms. So once you invested, there are you must know how to manage a portfolio. But unfortunately, there are many apps that can manage portfolio. Okay, just showing you, is DeFi risk-free? DeFi is non-custody in nature. That means nobody take care of your finance or your digital asset. So you think nobody will what I call that, try to compromise your asset, but it's still not risk-free. Okay, because there are many hackers who are very clever. They use social engineering. There are many scammers. So still a lot of people lost money due to hacking and all that. So you must know how to mitigate the risk. Yeah, there's something. This is something very important. The crypto wallet. So crypto wallet, just like your wallet, you keep all the money, right? So crypto wallet keep all your digital money, digital asset, money and asset, including your NFT and all that. So I'll explain what is a crypto wallet when you come and attend my full course. So crypto wallet is very, very important. If you don't manage your crypto wallet well, you can lose your cryptocurrency within seconds. So teach you how does a crypto wallet store digital assets and also types of crypto wallet. So I myself, I have many kind of crypto wallets, including hardware wallet and all those things. So this is very, very important. This is something like a bank. You have your own bank. I know a guy who lost, I think he got 1,000 Bitcoins. The Bitcoin now is about 27,000. So 1,000 Bitcoin is how much you can calculate, it's billion. But he lost a private key, his own private key. So there's no way to retrieve the private key. So you must keep your private key safely. But this guy lost it. So he engaged many people try to break the code, but he couldn't get back unfortunately, he couldn't get back the money. So there are many, many such instances. There's one guy who has a lot of money, a lot of crypto inside a hard disk, but accidentally he threw the hard disk away and couldn't retrieve it. Yeah, this is a very famous case. So must be very, very important to learn about crypto wallet. Yeah, the newest trend is digital asset. It's called NFT, non-fungible token. So non-fungible token means it's something very unique. You cannot split it. You cannot split it into a smaller amount. Not like money, for example, even Bitcoin you can split into a smaller amount. But NFT is one piece, one whole piece, right? And now there are many types of NFTs. Of course, a famous one is called Bored Ape, the ape club. So Bored Ape, one ape can sell like #1,000,000 ringgit. I think more than that, maybe $1,000,000. Okay, some NFT the trend a bit slowing down, but there are some new trends, some new NFT are coming up. So it depends how you market your NFT. Okay, how you want to create a new kind of NFT. It can be like asset-backed NFT. It can be like anything, even a piece, even just writing an article can be an NFT. For example, a tweet by the Twitter founder fetch more than 1,000,000. Okay, an artist, you can create a special kind of art, right? So depend on how you want to create, how it depends on how creative you are. Now there are many NFT marketplaces for you to create. We call it mint the NFT, to create an NFT and also to sell, to trade your NFT. So the famous one is OpenSea. OpenSea is the first NFT marketplace. Excuse me. So OpenSea is the first one. So already the amount of asset traded on OpenSea are billions. But now they are being challenged by new marketplace called Blur. Blur, B-L-U-R, Blur. And already, I think the trading volume already overtaken NFT, OpenSea, right? Okay, how to implement Web3 for business? many people are familiar with doing business in Web2, but Web3 is something new. It requires a lot of business model design, and also whether you need to implement Web3 or not. So don't simply implement Web3 by just because Web3 is a trend. If your business is doing good, for example, you are involved in a Musang King plantation, maybe you don't need Web3, right? It's just a farming business. But certain business, for example, supply chain management, you want to trace who is the supplier, whether the products are genuine, maybe you need a Web3. So teach you how you can implement Web3 for business. So just to give you some ideas about what kind of business you can do in Web3. Yeah? For example, supply chain management. In fact, Tanjong Motor invited me to give a presentation to them, to the whole software team, and how to revamp the supply chain management of the current supply chain. Because currently there are many fraud, especially those parts maybe they are not genuine. Because there are many vendors, many suppliers across the network, across the region. So when user of a car want to claim or warranty or what, so it's difficult for them to trace who is the culprit, who supplied the faulty part, or even the what called it, those fake parts. So if you can use blockchain, you can trace every member of the supply chain. So once a faulty part is been identified, you can know who is the one responsible. So it's easy for warranty claim and insurance claim. Okay, this is something very useful. Another case is food safety, food security. For example, in Walmart US, they use IBM to create a use case for them to trace whether the farm product is safe to consume. For example, the tuna you catch, is it catch from the source that, for example, from the Pacific Ocean? Is it from there? So they can trace the source of the product. All right. So this is also very important for medical supply. For example, is a vaccine genuine? Is it for the COVID? Is it genuine? In fact, Malaysia, I think our vice chancellor is using the blockchain to trace the vaccines. Okay, so this is a very good use case. The other one, second one, digital identity verification. So I have presented this idea, the concept to my board, Data Sonic, because Data Sonic do your passport and your IC. Yeah, or if you are Malaysian, if you are not, then don't worry about it. So Data Sonic own everyone digital data, in fact. So for in fact, in future you don't need a physical ID. You can use your digital ID to prove that you are who you are. Okay, using blockchain, because blockchain is good for the proof of ownership, proof of identity. So you can use blockchain to do that easily. Not so easily, but there's a concept. So next time in future, you just bring your mobile phone and scan your QR, then they know this is you. Also, of course, you have to add something like facial recognition, your thumbprint, and maybe other kind of biometric bioinformatics. So we are doing R&D on that, on other kind of biometrics and identification, and embed it inside your blockchain, inside your mobile app. And in future, because everybody on a mobile app, so it's easy for them to just show your QR instead of carrying your ID, right? Next is Web3 gaming. Web3 gaming is currently the biggest implementer of Web3. Yeah? So many games like Roblox, I think Roblox not Web3. The other one is called Second Life. All right. I think Minecraft also maybe. So in Malaysia, the biggest one is called iCandy. So they have many Web3 games which you can play and earn. So Web3 game is something you play and earn. and so on. For example, the famous Axie Infinity, many people earn money better than, for example, in Philippines, they earn more money than their minimum wage just by playing a Web3 game. So you can create gaming industry. If you want to do it, I can recommend many developers. I'm also advisor of some of the platform. Okay, next one is something going to be big in the future. It's called decentralized marketplaces. Now we have all the central marketplaces like Lazada, okay, like what I call that, Amazon. But these are all centralized. In future, we want to have decentralized. That means once you can buy, when you buy some product, the transaction is done using a crypto wallet. So this is a decentralized e-commerce. Then healthcare is also, yeah, healthcare I think it's a very important use case for using Web3 because nowadays how hospital and clinics are I think they are operating in silo. That means they don't talk to each other. When you go to one clinic, you got a medical record, right? But when you go to another clinic, the doctor have to start asking questions and then check your medical record. So it's not portable. But what if all the clinics and hospital in Malaysia are linked with using blockchain? So once you go to another clinic, immediately they can retrieve your medical record. Of course, you can control whom you want to show your permission to use a record. So this is a good thing of blockchain. You control your own medical records. Then next is insurance. Of course, now insurance, there are a lot of false claim and all that. You're using blockchain because blockchain is immutable. You cannot change the whatever report, for example, car accident, all that. So this will be embedded in the blockchain and become immutable. Next is real estate tokenization. Many property developer want to tokenize the estate because real estate is a illiquid industry. Your asset is now it's very difficult to sell. I mean the real estate now, especially now with the economic downturn, inflation. So developers are facing a lot of unsold units. So many of them are trying to explore tokenization. That means you sell your real estate, you fractionalize your real estate and sell them as a token. And when you must own a token, you can also share a part of the proceed, for example, from the sales or from the rental. You can get fractionalized and rental you. And I'm a advisor for two such company. One is based in Australia, one is based in Dubai. And next one is, I think, HR digitalization. Okay, HR now, a lot of people, HR manager having, I think, big problem, how to identify whether the CV of a person is genuine. So what if university give some using the blockchain certificate? So we can use straight away identify whether his qualification is genuine. Okay, now there are many fake CV, fake resume, fake certificate, all that. So this is a good use case. And smart farming, for example, you can use it for Musang King to prove that when you buy a Musang King, whether that one is a real Musang King, is it from Raoul? So you can scan the QR and know that okay the source of the Musang King. Of course, the famous one is the crypto fund management. You can raise fund using ICO, IEO, STO, and all that. You can raise quite a lot of money. In Malaysia now, you can do IEO. IEO means initial exchange offering. You have to raise fund through the regulated exchange platform. In Malaysia, we have Pitch-in, and the other one is, I think, is Capital Plus or something like that. So it's something like IPO, but it's easier than IPO. If you want to raise fund all this, you can in fact approach me. I have the partner who can do all this thing. And the new one is for environmental protection. It's called energy trading. So if you can save on carbon emission, a company can earn carbon credit. So this is a must for every company now. According to the Paris Accord, Environmental Accord, every company needs to use less oil and gas and more fossil fuel, but more on green energy. Yeah? All right. Next is notarization services. This is the proof that a document is genuine. So normally it's done by a lawyer, but you can now use it using a blockchain. So without even need a lawyer to do it. So there are many kind other than all these things. There are still many cases. Well, this is something new. It's called DAO. I'm sure you maybe have heard of it. This is a new kind of organization. We call it decentralized autonomous organization. This is managed by a community without a central authority. So every decision is approved based on consensus, based on voting. So this is a democratic organization and is decentralized, distributed. It's not like the traditional company is top-down hierarchy. For DAO, there's no hierarchy. Everything is based on consensus. Whereas for traditional company, the authority comes from the CEO, the top management. All right. So this is something very new. Many companies are exploring this mode of organization. So this is not a regulator in Malaysia yet, but I think in US already become kind of recognized by the Security Commission. So if you attend a full real Web3 course, you learn something like installation of Web3 wallet, develop and deploy smart contract using some framework like Hardhat and Alchemy. Of course, you learn the basic. To learn more, you have to attend the full developer course. You can learn how to create a simple private Ethereum blockchain. You can learn how to create a simple DApp and even create a token. I myself have created many kind of tokens, even listed on the exchange. Okay, so these are some of the things you can learn in the full Web3 course, which we have theory and also demo and also hands-on experiences. Okay, I myself also an author. These are some of the books I've written for Web3 and Metaverse. So we have DeFi investment made easy, DeFi, NFT and GameFi made easy, Metaverse made easy. Why I use the word make easy? Because I make it easy for participant, but for reader to understand. The latest one is a Web3 made easy. If you want to learn about blockchain and cryptocurrency, this is the book, Blockchain and Cryptocurrency, How to Maximize Return in DeFi. And DeFi Handbook. DeFi Handbook is a comprehensive guide on how to use some of the platforms, DeFi platforms. All these books are published on Amazon.com. I even have some non-traditional kind of non-Web3 books like Excel, VBA, Microsoft, JavaScript. So these are some other books. All right. So later, if you have a question, you can ask. Because of time constraint, I want to move on to another topic called, maybe I stop for 5 minutes. Okay, to take one of the question. Alice, do you have any question? Maybe I can take one question before I go on to the Metaverse.
Yeah, hi, I have a question. Can I ask?
Sure, who is it?
Hi, my name is Rachel. Okay,
All right.
I'm very interested actually to learn more about the blockchain. Where can I buy your books? How can I get your books?
Good question. In fact, I'm ordering some book you can buy direct from Amazon, but it cost quite a lot of money because plus I think plus shipping and all that. So I used to order my book because more discount for my book. So you can actually get a physical copy from me.
Yeah, can I buy from you? How can I meet you?
You want to meet me? You come and attend my course, then I can show you. Okay, meet me anyway.
Okay.
Okay, or just send me something like your WhatsApp or what. Then you can pay me online banking. I can ship it to you. I can send it by post.
Dr. Liew, how do I contact you?
You
Can
have to
you
ask Alice. Alice,
are you on the Circle of Influence group? Because then I can just message you on Telegram.
what kind of circle of influence? Mostly on blockchain and metaverse and also Web3.
Oh, okay. Well, how can I contact you then?
I think this is not relevant at this. You can ask Alice later if you are keen. All right.
Okay, all right. Never mind. Thanks.
Thank you. So I think you have to ask blockchain related question, not my book, but it's a good question. Yeah, actually you can buy my book from Amazon, from Google Books, and also from me. So for you who come here today, maybe I give a discount on Google Book. Later, maybe I share a link. I give limited time discount if you are interested. Okay. Any more questions? All right. If no question,
Question,
pardon?
question, Mr. Liew.
Yes, sure. Yes. Who is it?
Okay, actually, excellent, no? Excellent
You are
presentation.
Dan. Okay, Mr. Dan. Okay, I saw you. Okay. Any what question you
And
want to ask?
Metaverse, is this in application already being applied, Metaverse?
Okay.
And how much the salary for Metaverse jobs?
I see. You are keen. Okay, let me go on to Metaverse. Without further ado, okay, let me go to the next. I don't know the minimize. I want to open my. Okay, wait. I stop share first. This one. All right. All right. Can you see my screen, Alice? Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Not yet.
Can you see?
Negative.
No, no. Can you see my screen?
On your picture.
Yeah. Can you see my? Oh, wait. You just see my picture only. Okay, sorry. Okay, now I share my screen.
I see your
Oh, still Web3. Wait. I want to access my. Wait. Stop share first. Let me on the Metaverse. Okay, now I share my screen. I don't know why. Wait. Elisa, I want to use. Go to another slide. I have a little bit of problem here.
Yes.
Now, because you still see my Web3 slide, right? I want to show my Metaverse slide. I want to go to my
Yeah,
another slide.
you may just stop sharing first, then open the another. Yeah.
Okay, I stopped already. Now I have to close this one, I think. I have to close on Web3, correct. Now I open my. Okay, now it's Metaverse. Corner.
Yep.
I'm not so good with Web2. Okay, can you see now?
All right. Cool. Yeah, can see right now.
Okay, good.
Yes.
This one no need to repeat. Okay, now talk about Metaverse. This is the newest trend in in a decentralized web in Web3. So the market potential is huge, even more than Web3. It's 1 trillion by 2030 for businesses. And it's offer a new way for company to engage with customer and build brand awareness. In fact, big brands like Nike, LV, Samsung, and all that are building presence in the metaverse. That means you can literally visit the store inside the virtual world. You can wear the goggle and walk inside. Even the store is in the virtual world, but you are like inside the world, and you can look at the newest phone and put your order there. Okay, you can pay there or what. So and look at the model, play with it, and look for different kind of packages and all that. So this is something huge. And also allow new revenue stream through virtual goods and experiences. Okay, let's look at the salary. Just Mr. Dan is keen. So for what we need a lot of developer in Metaverse in Malaysia, especially in Malaysia now, we have very few Metaverse developer. I know some of the company. I'm also advisor for one company. We are still recruiting new developers. For example, you need a virtual world designer 82,000 per year. Augmented reality developer 97,000 per year. So if you convert to Malaysia ringgit, you didn't talk about dollar, even ringgit is quite a lot, right? 97,000 per year. So every month you're earning about 8,000 per month. Virtual reality engineer, okay, 95,000. Metaverse architect, 110,000. In Metaverse, normally you need AI and machine learning engineer because you need to learn the behavior of the user. You need to use AI avatar to talk to provide customer service. So 125,000 per year. You need blockchain developer because inside the back end is using blockchain, 100,000 per year. You need a very good UX designer because once you go in, once you look at the website, it must be compelling, the design. So this is also very important. We are looking for those graphic designer or concept art designer to design the UX. And very important, you need community manager. Your product cannot serve without community manager to manage social media community and all that. Yeah, influencer, to manage influencer and many. For example, in Malaysia, we have this my colleague Hongi, she has a very famous art. She sold her NFT for 300,000 ringgit. Yeah, these are some of the examples. Just a brief definition of Metaverse. So Metaverse is a hybrid virtual physical extension of a real world. Uses technology like mixed reality, VR, XAR. VR means virtual reality, AR means augmented reality, and XR, extended reality, to create a 3D version of a parallel world. So inside, you can create all kinds of virtual world in the Metaverse for branding, for gaming, all that. So take a fast look at some of the Metaverse segments. So Metaverse, you need hardware, software, and also service. And technology, blockchain, VR, AR, MR means mixed reality, XR, AI, and more. The application can be in gaming, online shopping, content creation, social media, events and conferences, digital marketing training. For example, in the future, this event can be done in a Metaverse, so I can see you sitting inside a room. Okay, we can shake hands, we can talk to each other, we can even drink digital coffee, okay, or whatever, right? But now we are still using 2D. Zoom is 2D. So in future, you can create a Metaverse Zoom. So some of the industry verticals, fintech, retail, media, education. In fact, in data science, I'm tasked to create metaverse for education, and we are working with MMU to do R&D to create education in metaverse. For example, now, because we see that the current education is quite static and 2D and not immersive. So imagine you somebody study geography, you can travel to that country using your VR headset, okay, without having to travel there. Or you can study the human body. You can become a miniature robot and go inside human body to look at all the organs, the blood circulation. So the learning will be more interesting and immersive. Right now, people, by reading a book is not interesting at all. Especially children now, they play a lot of games. They are used to the virtual world. So you can add, it's a tool for them to enhance learning. I'm sure even those so-called naughty boys, they are not so good academically, they can learn using like gaming kind of experience. So you can have metaverse education for physics. Imagine to launch a rocket, you can like see the rocket itself launching, or even ride on the rocket, right? Or you can travel to another planet. So it can be very interesting. So I'm exploring on that. Then in aerospace and defense, in fact, aerospace and defense, they have been in this metaverse for a long time, but without using the name metaverse, they are called simulator. They use a pilot simulation. Okay, so for defense, in fact, US they use a lot of virtual reality to do the exercise to train the soldiers. Okay, how to attack and all that. So they are the forefront in the forefront of metaverse. And automotive industry, you can for manufacturing, you can design the car and test for any faulty parts. Okay, test for anything before they manufacture the new car, and even can simulate crash simulation. So one of my company is doing that. So they even have come out with working with Subaru, so to simulate crash. Crash. What happened to the crash? Is it the car can withstand the impact? At what speed and all that? Okay, you can even scan for car showroom. You can scan the QR and look at the car moving and all that, and look at the engine inside. So this is a very good use case for automotive industry. For healthcare, yeah, metaverse. For example, some psychiatric patient, they are trying to go to hospital, they can engage a virtual psychiatric to give counseling services and all that. Or I think they also use it for virtual guidance. For example, virtual training for a doctor. For example, a doctor requests service from a specialist from overseas. He can come in virtually to help to guide the doctor to do operation and all that for training also. So this is very important. For real estate, you can build a virtual showroom, let user to walk inside using the Oculus, something like Oculus headset. You can walk inside and walk to the unit you want to view. For example, you want the KLCC view or what VOC view, they can choose. Okay, before they even actually build the building. Okay, next is tourism. Tourism, you can visit a place before you go there. And for smart farming, you can look at for example, a farm owner can look at the farm without going there. Just use a metaverse, like walking inside to see the plants and all that. And metaverse, of course, you need to learn about business strategies. There are many kind of strategies. Whether you want just to want to have brand present, or just want to, or you want to have something. For example, manufacturing, you want to have AR kind of manufacturing and all that. So there are many kind of business strategies. Okay, for example, you can develop virtual goods like avatar, clothing, accessory, digital asset. virtual real estate. So these are commonly known as NFT. So virtual real estate, the famous one is decentralized land. So the piece of land is not cheaper than a real physical real estate. You can fetch $1 million piece of land, especially those land close to Samsung flagship virtual store. Okay, so of course you can buy cheaper one, but very far outskirts. So many companies are doing that. So the famous one is Decentraland and the Sandbox, right? You can do that. Virtual real estate. They even have virtual real estate agent and virtual real estate consultant. And of course, you can create a more immersive social media app, social media platform. Besides, Facebook is doing that. Facebook has changed its name to Meta. That means they are now called Meta rather than Facebook because you can interact in a 3D environment. No more like just add your friend, just chit-chat using app messages, but now you can talk and shake hands. But of course, you can share content also, but it also can be dangerous because the avatar maybe is a fake one. They can even con your money, so be careful also with this metaverse social media. But it's something very cool. Yeah, in the metaverse I would say is a virtual world, but it's a carbon copy of digital copy of the physical world. So in the metaverse, you must have an economic system also. You also must have a payment system. So naturally, cryptocurrency is good for metaverse payment. So for example, you want to buy a goods inside virtual world, for example, a mobile piece of land, you can pay with cryptocurrency. So in Decentraland, you can pay with Ethereum or even the native coin called Mana to buy a piece of land. Okay, this is very interesting. Yes, to do metaverse, of course, it's the same thing in physical where you need to have marketing strategies. So if they use a lot of social media through tools I think they use a lot of Twitter, Discord rather than Facebook. They use a lot of Discord, Twitter, Instagram, and Telegram also. Yeah, so you can create branded experiences. For example, you want to sell shoe, you can create a virtual shoe. In fact, Nike create a virtual shoes that cost more than the real shoe. A very nice design. All right. So people, because of the brand, people will trust the brand. So they own a copy of the digital shoe. Right. So you can engage a user in this way. For example, you want to sell ice cream, you can create a virtual ice cream. Okay, of course you cannot taste it. Maybe in future you can with a sensor, IoT sensor, all that. So you can have a stronger connection between brand and the audience. Sorry, this one I think I'll repeat. Yeah, one thing good for Metaverse and Web3, you can have user-generated content. So maybe like Nike allow you to design a shoe, and if you are selected, they can pay you some money and also feature on the main website or on the Metaverse. Okay, so you can everyone can create content and sell your content just like YouTube. Now, but it's Metaverse. You can create 3D asset, 3D shoe, 3D toys, that kind of thing. So there are many opportunities for anyone to monetize in Metaverse. Of course, in Metaverse, you must know a bit of augmented reality and virtual reality technology. So they are good for training and education. AR and VR, you can do training to many employees in different locations. So you don't have to call them to the room now, especially now we have COVID. So we need social distancing. So for example, you want to call training for all the employee, all the branches throughout Malaysia. So you can call them into virtual conference room. So this is very good for training and also education, which I mentioned earlier, for more immersive learning experience. And also for product work visualization and design. You can design in the metaverse because before you go, you submit for real production. For example, for car design, for any engine, for maybe even a condo, you can design first. The architect can design first and build the real, the virtual version. Then they can turn it around, look at from different angles. Then if okay, then you build the real one. For example, I saw Mercedes uses VR and AR to sell cars, to train their staff and create new customer experiences. So when, for example, you go and to the showroom, when you scan their QR, you can see their parts and all that. Even driving the virtual car, right? No need to test drive the real car. But of course, after driving the virtual one, you may want to go to the showroom to drive the virtual car. For example, the other day I went to drive a BYD electric car. Not bad, but they haven't have a virtual version first. Of course, I'll talk about roles of blockchain in Metaverse. This is very important for Metaverse because this is technology driving Metaverse. This is the engine of Metaverse. And Metaverse asset ownership is very important. Whatever asset, the land you buy, the asset you buy in the Metaverse, you have to prove it using, you need to have something like digital ID, something like our grant, the land grant, okay. So using blockchain, you can prove that this land belongs to you. For example, the digital art, the artist saying this is my copy. So anyone will try to, you can download the JPEG file, but you are not the owner. So you can be sued for copyright infringement. This is the beauty of blockchain and also Web3. Of course, legal and ethical consideration is very important in Metaverse because there may be dispute and fraud in Metaverse. So we need to have a legal framework and ethical consideration. This one can prevent, for example, sexual harassment or scam, all that. So we need to have an ethical consideration in Metaverse. So Metaverse platform must have the mechanism in place to prevent all this from happening. In fact, like even WhatsApp or even Facebook, these things are happening. They try to scam you. They try to even SMS, this kind of thing. So you need to prevent this in Metaverse. It can be worse in Metaverse because Metaverse we can learn about, the platform can learn about your behavior, your heartbeat, your physical reaction, your thinking, all that. So this is even more data they can collect from you. So we need a legal framework. But so far in Malaysia, there's nothing yet. Also, privacy and intellectual property. So in fact, we need lawyers who know about Metaverse, who know about Web3, who know about blockchain. So if you are a lawyer, you must learn all these things to become a blockchain lawyer. And I tell you, blockchain lawyers are very in great demand now. They need lawyer to be a compliance officer. Yeah, cyber security, same thing. You need, if you are very good cyber security guy, we need a cyber security developer or cyber security IT personnel to prevent hacking and cyber threat in Metaverse. So we need to have strategy to overcome challenges and also leverage opportunities. So when there are challenges, there are many more opportunities. So let's say you want to do a Metaverse and you don't know how to do it, we can have a Metaverse as a service company to do it. I'm a advisor for these two companies, MetaActory.com and Metover. I have no time to show you today. All right. So this, we can provide Metaverse as a service. Metover, in fact, allow you to create your Metaverse. Anyone to create a Metaverse. Because to build from scratch, you need a long time. You need to hire a big team, and they're not cheap. Metaverse team are not cheap to hire to build. But if you are keen, you can engage all this company to build for you. So this is a Metaverse book. This is a link which you can take a look at Amazon.com. Okay, that's all through my sharing. So I give you about 10 to 15 minutes for you. Anybody to ask any question? I'll try my best to answer.
So it's asking how the current frameworks from GPT will affect this metaverse.
Right, this is a very good question. ChatGPT is something intelligent. I have been using it. In fact, ChatGPT can do all kind of things, even help students to do their thesis. But I see ChatGPT is only for chatting, but they shouldn't have a Metaverse GPT yet. I hope they haven't come up with this now. So they may create. I think I see the positive side. GPT may help you to, like, for example, to refine your speech. When you, because inside the metaverse you can talk to another person, so maybe you can improve the way you talk to people, or help you to create a better kind of digital asset. Of course, there may be more fake asset, but inside I think we can use blockchain technology to identify whether this is done by GPT or by yourself. I think ChatGPT we can work with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is open source, so we can use ChatGPT to identify whether the digital asset is false or real. And even digital transaction, if we are using blockchain, we are not worried about ChatGPT or any kind of AI project. Okay, but this is my understanding at the moment. Maybe there are more question from the expert from the West to address this issue. It can be a big issue if some guy use GPT to use AI to create something fake in the metaverse. That's why I thought about cybersecurity and all that to prevent all these things.
Okay, this is another question.
Oh yeah, about Web3 wallet. Yes, doesn't require a lot of technical knowledge, but a bit. So you must learn how to install, how to create a private key and save the private key, and how to save keeping your money. Yeah, you need a small lesson on that, maybe 1 hour. Then 1 hour you should learn the basic knowledge. But there are more. For example, wallet, there are many kind of wallets, hardware wallet, software wallet, and what are the best way to keep your money safe. Yeah. So I can't teach you here. It take about 1 hour to learn this. Maybe if you want to come to any my course or what, then you can learn more. Yeah. Okay, very good question. Web3 wallet is not easy, not our touch and go, all these things. Because when your money is lost, it's lost forever. Nobody can help you to retrieve it. Even the best guru, IT guru. Okay, any more? Next question. I want to know how many of you are looking for a job or you want to do business using Web3. So your present business all can be like what call it, add a layer of Web3 to it to enhance, especially for new generation of user. Okay, for example, I'm doing for one big oil palm estate. They want to tokenize the land for fundraising. Right, so I'm doing that, and then using AI, IoT, and also satellite images, that kind of thing. And then for car insurance, in fact I have a car company to pitch the subject, the proposal, the pitch to MNEC. They want to do car therapies. They want to connect blockchain to all the car workshop. So when you want to repair a car in one workshop, immediately they know your history, what have been repaired, what insurance you have claimed. So this one can prevent insurance fraud, false claim and all that. Yeah, so good for insurance. I think good for insurance company, but not good for workshop people because workshop people, they may want to like claim more money. Yeah. So these are some of the ideas. Oh, this is good. The future of metaverse. What would like to know your petition of metaverse usage. So currently already many companies are using metaverse, which I mentioned earlier. But in future, the metaverse will be exact copy of our Earth. Something like everybody must know metaverse. For example, you can learn children attend school in the metaverse. You can manage your business in the metaverse. You can manage your farmland in the metaverse. You manage your factory in the metaverse. And the government, even there's a metaverse government. Okay, in future, maybe with the AI coming in, with future metaverse, more intelligent metaverse. So you may live in a hybrid world. You go in and out of the metaverse. And some people may just live in the metaverse and refuse to come out. This is the scary thing about it. So it may create also social issue like maybe more extramarital affair because they meet more avatar of opposite sex in the metaverse. So they may have a second family in the metaverse or third family in the metaverse. So this is a bad thing about this. And you can create like metaverse dating, the dating even worse. I mean, maybe good, maybe worse, I'm not sure. So it become a part of your life in the future. But it's a good thing that this metaverse thing will exist forever. Even when the physical world is destroyed, I know this is like something like science fiction. So if you live in the world, as long as even the internet destroyed, once you can revive the network, maybe on another planet, then you can revive the metaverse world. It will be there forever. It's something like heritage. So for the future generation to learn about our life, they can go inside metaverse to retrieve all the information there. Okay, this is something I foresee because I like science fiction. This is some of my idea, but it will only happen maybe after a few hundred years. Okay, thank you everyone for listening. I hope you learned something. You want to learn more, maybe I train for something for you, the future course and all that.